The next election for voters in Colorado Springs is not in a couple of years, it's in a few months. In April, voters will decide on city council and local ballot issues. News 5's Bill Folsom spoke with election leaders about the challenge of generating interest in the aftermath of a highly contested presidential election.
A local business investing in local art to revitalize the neighborhood offers some good perspective on why local elections are important.
The building blocks of Platt Furniture span nearly 50 years.
Actually, my parents started this back in 1978. They were dairy farmers, and my dad was a teacher in Ellicott.
Over 47 years, the foundation of buying and selling furniture has changed and updated to stay relevant and interesting.
For example, this art gallery. This was a layaway space for 40 plus years until we decided to use this space, in a more professional way, make it into a kind of a speakeasy art gallery.
The Underground Gallery is a piece of a larger art movement in the Nob Hill area of Colorado Springs where Platt Furniture is located. Outside, multiple buildings have turned walls into massive canvases for artists.
We're open to saying, hey, let's let people draw on the walls and be artistic and bring people in to enjoy this area.
It's all part of a plan to create an official arts district. The vision requires support from Colorado Springs City Council.
A good city council member will help say, hey, let's look at this again. Let's see how we are improving, how we are not just letting it just go away. We're actually actively putting money, time into this community, into the Nob Hill.
These are 6 council seats out of the 9. And 4 of those seats are open seats, meaning that the person is either termed or not running again. So there'll be a lot of candidates.
The council member for the Southeast District where Nob Hill is located is term limited. It's a district where voters often comment on feeling overlooked.
We had four people pick up packets for District 4, so I think that's great interest.
In the wake of a contentious presidential election, it's important to not overlook a city election that follows.
Our job and the candidate's real job is to get out there and put that focus back on the local races because they are the ones that really affect our everyday lives.
The candidate filing process is underway and explained on the city clerk's website. 6 seats on city council likely open with 26 potential candidates expressing interest so far. And the Nob Hill area of Colorado Springs hoping votes help continue their creative transformation.
When's the last time you were here? When's the last time you saw this area? We're so different. We made so many improvements. Yeah, and city council is a big part of that.
The underground art here at Platt Furniture is here for the long haul. If you want to run for city council, you've got just 2 weeks to get registered. In Colorado Springs, Bill Folsom, News 5.
It's so true. These local elections are so important, so we want to make sure that you have the dates ready to go. The Colorado Springs general municipal election is on April 1st, not an April Fool's prank. City officials will begin mailing ballots to registered voters on March 7th. You can still register to vote. Just head to govotecolorado.gov. All right, we want to take you out to some breaking news right now. You're looking at a small plane that landed in a field in the Tri-Lakes area a little under 2 hours ago. This is just south of Red Rock Drive off of Highway 105 between Monument and Palmer Lake. Now, Palmer Lake fire officials tell us one person was in the plane when it landed. Thankfully, they are okay. Officials say the plane landed around 4:40 this afternoon. The El Paso County Sheriff's Office is on scene, says that plane is going to be removed after the FAA completes their investigation. There are no road closures in place, but just want to give you an idea of this happening. That's something you see every day, certainly. Again, small plane landing there near Highway 105 near Monument and Palmer Lake. We'll continue to keep you updated both on air and on KOAA.com. Now, Colorado Springs voters passed ballot issue 300 in November. It allows current businesses that sell medical cannabis in Colorado Springs to opt into selling recreational cannabis. The total number of retail cannabis dispensaries the city could have is capped at the current number of medical marijuana locations. In September, City Council passed an ordinance that bans recreational businesses from operating within a mile of a school, residential, child care center, drug or alcohol treatment facility, or another business selling marijuana. According to our partners at the Gazette, that mile radius prevents all of the current medical marijuana businesses from adding retail sales. That's why the businesses are now calling on City Council to change the rules to allow for recreational cannabis to be sold with a less stringent mile radius rule. News 5's Peter Choi explains why one cannabis store owner wants City Council members to act soon.
North Academy Boulevard, I met the owner of a local cannabis store, the Epic Remedy,
I was happy with it.
to see ballot question 300 passed last November because he and other owners have been pushing for a law to sell recreational cannabis in Colorado Springs. But Waddington says he's still concerned
With our local government and what their intentions are. And
a separate city ordinance passed by City Council before the election blocks recreational marijuana stores from operating within 1 mile of schools and childcare. He says that ordinance makes it difficult for existing cannabis stores to sell in city limits. That's why he and other backers sent a letter to the city in December, urging it to respect the voters' decision and implement the law.
people that voted in Initiative 300 voted for it because they want to be able to buy their marijuana locally in Colorado Springs. And there's also a thriving black market in this city.
We also reach out to the Colorado Springs Safe Neighborhood Coalition for comment. It says ballot question 300 was confusing for many voters. Quote, they thought 300 was limiting sales rather than authorizing them for the first time. We reach out to the city council members for comment, but they decline our request.
We want to make sure that the will of the voters is upheld and that Initiative 300 is implemented as written and voted on by the people.
Now, the city of Colorado Springs says the Planning Commission will discuss the zoning code of recreational cannabis sales and make recommendations to City Council. Then the City Council will discuss those recommendations as their next step. In Colorado Springs, Peter Choi, News 5.